Doing own voice over soft music. Vine's eyes were swollen. She herself doesn't know when she slept crying. She walked down the stairs hoping as usual Jungkook will be there waiting for Vine on coach, but no, all she found was her mom and dad having a happy talking. Baby, wait, why your eye swollen? He asked after noticing Vine's swollen eye. Oh my god, what happened, baby? I didn't sleep well last night. That's why Vine mom frowned. Why had a bad dream? Yeah, she lied. Oppa, where is Oppa? Vine asked her dad, and at the same time, oh, Cookie, you came. Vine turned around to see a messy Jungkook. Yeah, Oma, I'm sorry I got a little late. Princess, you going to college? Yeah, Oppa, and where were you yesterday? Vine asked, even though she knows that his answer will break her heart. But then, too, I was. Jungkook hesitated a bit to answer and then turned his head to other side, making Vine's eyes wide open in shock because she saw a purple mark on his neck. Vine thought, is that her heartache broke after understanding what happened yesterday. Her eyes got teary and she bit her lips to control herself from breaking down in front of them. Oh god, I'm late. Oppa, we will talk later. And bye, Umma Appa. Saying this, she rushed out without even peeking her mom's dad chick and Jungkook's chick too. What happened to this girl? She got late, honey. And Jungkook, what the mark? I didn't ask you because I doesn't wanted to make my princess sad this early morning. And you broke your promise. You said you will be back fit and fine. This is what you call fit and fine? Jungkook chuckled. I'm sorry, and that's why I hesitated to say in front of Princess and turned my head to other side so that she won't see my wound and get sad. And about the mark, while having a fight with that, he grabbed my neck and his nails dig in my skin. Nothing else, Dad. Don't worry. Is it paining? Jungkook shook his head. Has no. I'm tired and I need a warm shower right now. Go ahead and take a rest. Jungkook nodded his head and left to his room to take a warm shower and then to sleep. Vine was playing with her fingers, seeing Leah so happy, and at last Vine gathered her courage and asked Leah, Leah, I want to know something. Leah smiled. Yes, say Vine. Was Zoppa with you yesterday? Leah blushed at Vine's question, which reminded her of yesterday's night. Leah blushed. Yeah, Vine's eyes wide open and she gulped her lump. Why are you blushing, Leah? Leah shuddered even though she know why Leah is blushing, but then too. Leah shy. Actually, Vine, yesterday me and your oppa had a at club. Oh God, it was so good. See, am still getting goosebumps remembering yesterday's night. Leah saw Vine her hands where her tiny hairs have raised up, making Vine to hold her back tightly to control her emotions. Leah was all lost in her dream of yesterday's night, but little did she know that her words made two people heartbroken very badly. One is Vine, and the other one is Mark, who was sitting just behind Vine and Leah and listening their conversation. Wine can now take more. She wanted to cry, she wanted to shout her heart out. So, Professor, I'm leaving. Saying this, she took her things and left the class without waiting for Professor's permission and leaving Leah, confused after a sudden change in Wine's behavior. Wine rushed into her house. All she wanted to do now was lock herself in her room and cry her heart out. She was rushing to her bedroom, totally unaware of her surrounding, and soon she paused on her steps when she heard Wine, what happened? Professor informed me that you ran from class. Wine didn't turn around and answer. I wasn't feeling well, she said while hiding a crying face and ran to her room and her mom gave her time thinking that Wine will be okay after she wakes up. Jungkook was the same towards Wine, loving, caring, and protective, but Wine was ignoring Jungkook because she was falling more in love with Jungkook each passing day. To be specific, she was in love with Jungkook much before Leah said her feelings, but Mm, she was scared to propose Jungkook, thinking Jungkook only treats her as a sister. But thinking that Jungkook will be Leah's wasn't helping Wine at all, and she was getting impatient. In this 1 month, Mark became a good friend of Wine, as both of them were going through same heartbroken situation. But Leah always ignored Mark, making Mark more heartbroken, as Leah was always lost in Jungkook's thought. Leah always tried to call Jungkook, but Jungkook didn't pick up the call nor see her message, and he even stopped going to college to pick up Wine as he was always busy with company. And when Leah asked Wine about Jungkook, Wine simply said that Jungkook is busy with company, and Leah accepts it and hoped that Jungkook will contact her after his work is done. But everything went upside down when Leah was holding a pregnancy test and she was crying because it was positive. Oh god, Jungkook will be so happy. Let's give him a surprise. She rushed to talk to her parents as she can't hide her pregnancy from them, and as it was a Sunday, so everyone will be at home, making Leah's surprise to go smoothly. Oh my god, Mr. Lee and Mrs. Lee, and Leah dear, what a pleasant surprise. Come have a seat. He welcomed Leah and her family inside. All of them settled down, and Ryan's mom placed all the snacks and tea for them, and the men were talking about business. Meanwhile, women were gossiping, but Leah's eyes were searching for Jungkook, and finally, when she can't see him, Auntie, can I know where is Jungkook and Wine? Princess is in her room, and Cook in his office room. Leah nodded her head. Leah smiled. I will go to them. Yeah, go. Leah happily left to upstairs. Leah directly entered Jungkook's office room without knocking and found Jungkook so lost in some files, but when Jungkook heard door closing sound, he thought that it might be Ryan. Jungkook smiled. What my baby doing here? He said without taking his eyes from file, making Leah blush as she thought that he called her baby. So Leah approached Jungkook and sat on his, and Jungkook immediately recognized that it's not Ryan. So he pushed Leah and he stood up from his chair and his eyes were dark. Jungkook anger. What the? Leah, how dare you sit on my disgusting? Just leave, Leah. Leah's eyes turned teary. Jungkook, what are you saying? Jungkook angry. Didn't I made it clear? Just leave, Leah, before I kick you out from my house. Leah teary eyes. Jungkook, how can you talk to your girlfriend like this? Jungkook wide eyes. Girlfriend, as far as I remember, we cleared everything that day. But later at night you came to me in, and don't you remember, and we made, and now see, she took the test from her bag and showed him the pregnancy test. Meanwhile Jungkook was just staring at her with a disgusting anger look. See now, I'm pregnant with your baby. Jungkook's eyes now turned completely red and he tightly held Leah's hand and started dragging her outside the office. Wine walked out of his room to see her mom as she was starving. Oma, I'm hung. She paused when she saw Leah's mom and dad. Oma, Wine, hi, how are you doing? Wine smiled. Fine, auntie. What happened, princess? What were you saying? Appa, I was saying that I'm hungry as it's already lunchtime. Oh yeah, I'm talking with Leah's mom. I forget that. Princess, do one thing. Go and call Cookie and Leah to come for lunch. We all will have lunch together. Yeah, nice idea. Wine's heart ached when she heard Leah with Jungkook, but she is not a bad girl, so she neglected her heartbroken and gave a forced file to them and turned to leave. But when what she heard next made lose her appetite. So let's come to the point, Mr. John. My daughter Leah is pregnant by your son. They were in a relationship from 1 month. Wine's mom and dad eyes wide open in surprise. Wine mom shocked. My son, but Leah mom smiled, not believing, right? We were also shocked and didn't believe Leah, but then she told that Wine was the one who helped Leah to talk to Jungkook, and then Leah confessed her feelings and Jungkook accepted her feelings, and later you know na kids these days are so fast, and now Leah is pregnant. Wine dad shocked, but Leah dad smiled. No, but Mr. John, let's arrange their marriage as soon as possible. Wine's dad forced Wine's mom as if he is asking what to do and not believing what he just heard right now. And the same goes with Wine's mom too. Both were looking at each other, asking for an answer, and Wine was all frozen on his place. But soon everyone's attention went to the sound of Leah and Jungkook coming from upstairs. Leah screaming, Jungkook, my hands are paining. You are holding it tight. And remember, I'm pregnant with your baby. Jungkook paused on his step and faced Leah and said the words which broke Leah's heart into millions of pieces and her whole body got numb. Jungkook shouted, it's not my baby. You might have slept with someone else and now putting the baby on me. Leah shocked Jungkook. Just a faint voice escaped from Leah's mouth, and Jungkook took the opportunity as Leah got blank hearing Jungkook to take downstairs. On the way down, he saw Wine with red swollen eyes, making Jungkook's heart ache, seeing his princess crying, and her eyes were clearly screaming how heartbroken she is right now, and Jungkook predicted what Wine is going through now. Princess, listen to me. It's not like what you are thinking. He released Leah's hand and was about to cup Wine's cheek, but she jerked her hand and ran to her room, crying. Princess, he shouted, seeing his princess crying for the first time because they never let Wine's eyes to shed a single drop of tear, but little did they know that Wine was crying every night. Jungkook got more angry on Leah because it's her fault, so he again held her hand tightly and approached his parents and Leah's parents, who were now standing up from their seat. Jungkook pushed Leah forward and her dad held Leah before she fell. Jungkook, she is carrying your baby. The word triggered Jungkook's anger, so he just kicked the tea table, making the glass to break, and everyone flinched badly. Cook, she approached Jungkook and held his palm to calm him down. Jungkook shouted, "It's not my baby, but she said you both were in relationship. She proposed me and I denied it, didn't I?" he asked Leah. Um, Jungkook, I want to say something. Yeah, go on, but be quick. I don't have much time. My princess might be here anytime. Leah was, yeah, I love you, she said in one breath, but it didn't affect Jungkook. That's it. Leah frowned, looking how cool he is after hearing Leah. Jungkook, I want a reply for my proposal. I don't love you, neither like you. Be grateful that you are my prince's best friend. Otherwise, even I don't know what I would have done to you right now. At the time, he got a reply from Wine saying she is outside the cafe, so he left Leah with a broken heart. But then, too, she followed Jungkook outside. Leah teary eyes, but after that you came to club after I called you and then made with me, don't you remember? Jungkook scoffed in disbelief. Did I pick your call? Leah nodded her head. Jungkook rolled eyes, and you are saying I came to club. You are imagining, girl. You slept with someone else thinking it's me. I went to my mission on that day. Ask my dad. Yeah, he is right. He went to a mission on my place and he'd returned back after 7 in the morning. Leah crying, no way, he was with me. I clearly remember it's him who slept with me. Jungkook again rolled his eyes. I will never with anyone unless it's my princess, and I'm sure about that. In anger, Jungkook said the truth, making Wine's parents shocked. Wine mom wide eyes. Cook, what did you say? Jungkook, Wine's mom surprised. Cook's princess. He grabbed his hair after realizing that in anger he said the truth, but at the time everyone's attention went towards the bodyguard who came running. What happened? He coldly asked the bodyguard, but what he said made everyone's eyes wide open in shock. So Wine Ma'am ran away from the back door. We tried to stop her, but she took a car and drive away in full speed. Follow her car, ordered the bodyguard, and he rushed to follow his order. My princess, she fall on the coach as her body got numb, and Wine's dad approached in worry. Honey, be calm. You already have blood pressure. Jungkook, I want my princess back, sound and safe here. He ordered Jungkook. Trust me, dad. I will bring princess back. He rushed to her room, hoping that might be some evidence or clue. Jungkook entered Wine's room, and his prediction was true. He found a note on bed. I'm sorry, mom and dad. I'm a bad daughter. I fall in love with my brother, and now he became someone else. To be specific, my best friend's man. I can't see them together getting married, so I'm leaving to the place where I can stay for a while until they both get married. Jungkook got it where Wine will go to find peace, away from all the stress which he always do. Jungkook reached his mom and dad, kneeled down in front of them and took their palm in his. Omma Appa, believe me, I will bring Princess back within few hours without any single wound on her body. We believe you, Cook, and you too be safe. He just simply nodded his head and left the house. What about me then? Everyone just gave a stare to Leah for jumping into conclusion without knowing anything and making a family break. On the way, Jungkook was driving at the maximum speed he can, and at the time he got a call from his bodyguard whom he sent earlier to follow Wine, so he immediately took the phone. Bodyguard called, Sir Wine ma'am, enter your secret farmhouse inside the forest. Jungkook signed in relief after knowing that he again predict correct. Jungkook called, I know, just keep an eye on her and also inform other guard to collect the CCTV footage of the club from date. I need complete footage of the girl whom you seen in my house just few minutes ago. Bodyguard call, yes sir, call Kurt. Just wait, princess, as now I know that you love me back, so I will never let you go away from me. No one can separate us. Jungkook hurriedly entered the house and then rushed to his bedroom where he found the most heartbreaking scene. Wine lying on her stomach and crying her heart out while hiding her face in pillow. Jungkook's eyes too fill with tears after seeing Wine in the most difficult situation, as no one has ever thought that they will see Wine like this big. The sweet bubbly girl of family who always has a sweet smile on her face was now crying, making others cry too with her. Jungkook approached Wine and sat next to her and called her. Princess Wine stopped sobbing when she heard the word which she loved to hear, and she sat straight to see Jungkook, who was crying too. But soon she remembered Leah. Wine crying, go away, I don't want to see your face. Jungkook, why? I will fall in love with you and end up doing things which will break Leah's heart, and now she is carrying your baby. Wine wasn't able to complete as Jungkook smashed his lips on her, and soon Wine to melt in his lips and ended up him back as right now her heart was saying that she is doing right. while Jungkook pulled wine to his so as to deepen the. They were devouring each other as they waited for this moment from a long time. After Jungkook pulled his forehead on Ryan's, who was taking long breath, and I love you, baby. I love you too. Why are you crying? Leah. Jungkook signed and told everything that he rejected Leah and she is carrying someone else's baby. Wine from then why did you left that day at night after Leah called you? And also what about the mark on your neck the next day? Jungkook signed and explained everything. Now you believe me, Wine just gave a small note to Jungkook. At that time, Jungkook's phone vibrated and he took the phone to see a message from his guard and he immediately opened it. And what Wine and Jungkook saw made her eyes wide open. Jungkook said, let's go home and clear everything. Wine just nodded her head and Jungkook carried Wine to home. Jungkook and Wine walked into the house while holding hands and Wine hold on Jungkook tighten as now she is scared of her parents whether they will separate Jungkook and Wine or not. Princess, she rushed to Wine and hugged her, and Wine's dad too stood near them. Oma, I'm sorry, don't say anything. Why you hide that you love him? We would have never said no to both of your relationship. And Jungkook, I thought you see me as your best friend and you hide your own feelings from me. Appa, I never thought to hide my feelings from you. I wanted to say it to you, but I was not sure whether Princess loves me or not. So without a confirmation, how can I tell it to you? And you, baby, why you hide it? And I was also in love with him from a long time, but as you both always say that we both are your two kids, which make me feel that you won't accept our relationship. That's why I try to forget it. And when Leah told me that she loved Jungkook, my heart broke. But then I thought it might be useful for me to move on from Jungkook because I always saw Jungkook and Leah looking at each other, and it made me think that they both have feelings for each other. Jungkook's eyes wide open. Oh God, baby, I don't look at her. I stare at her because she always interrupts us both whenever we are having our sweet moments. And I felt like she was intentionally coming in between us. But I thought that you two like her. And Jungkook smashed his lips on her as he doesn't want to hear that he loves someone other than Wine. Wine didn't him because she is aware that her parents are watching her and Jungkook pulled back with Wine's dad coughed. I'm sorry I can't hear my name with someone else other than Wine. I love you, Wine. He confessed in front of their parents, but Wine. I love you, Jungkook, but Appa Oma still didn't agree to our relationship as they treat us as their own kids. Baby, of course you both are our kids. Even after you both get married to each other and have your own kids, you will still are two babies. Wine's eyes tear up, but then realization hit her. Wait, that means you accept us. Both Wine's dad and mom nodded their head and a smile formed on Vian's lip when she noticed a smile appeared on her parents' lips too. Thank you so much, Dad, Mom. Thank you, Mom and Dad. We love you. We love you too. Both said, I love you, Jungkook. She confessed to Jungkook. Jungkook chuckled, I love you more, babe. Both Jungkook and Vian were looking at each other, but again their lovely moment paused when, no, wow, so you both just made use of me. Great. Jungkook roll, I see. She always interrupt us. Wyan turned towards Leah. Leah, I'm sorry. I know my sorry can't do anything, but also according to my po, I have done no wrong. You just asked me to let you talk with Jungkook and I did it. And also, as I said earlier, I thought you both have feelings for each other as you both always look at each other and Jungkook rejected you, so you should move on from him. Then what about the baby? For that you have to watch the Z said and hand over his phone to Leah to see the CCTV footage and Leah's eyes wide open after seeing Mark and now she realized that she misunderstood Mark as Jungkook. Actually, that day when Jungkook rejected her and left with Wine, she went to club and started drinking and got heavily drunk, being unable to recognize people. All she was thinking about Jungkook and Mark was following Leah all the time. Yes, Leah, Mark loves you a lot. In this 1 month, he tried to make you remember the day in club, but you were so stubborn to listen to him and always in your dreamland about Jungkook. Leah's eyes now turned teary. I know he loves me. Wine's eyes wide open. Then why you all ignored him? Because I love Jungkook. See, Leah, you should love the person who loves you. So I hope you give Mark a chance and leave me alone. Leah nodded her head while looking down in shame. I'm sorry for causing such an in your family just by listening to my daughter. I'm sorry to Leah say sorry. I'm sorry, but Wine, please don't break our friendship. Wine smiled. No, as Leah was not at all fault. We will leave. We need to meet Mark. Everyone agreed and thus Leah and her family left. It felt like a storm came and gone, really. And you two go and rest for a while as both of you are the most affected by the storm. Yeah, Oma, she was about to leave, but Jungkook carried her in bridal style. Let's sleep together. Wine's eyes wide open and her cheeks got red as her parents heard it. Hey, you, put my daughter down. You can't touch her. Appa, you mistaken me. I meant cuddle and sleep. And about touch, that shrimp. I can't guarantee your daughter is so. Saying this, he walked to his room, leaving a surprise Wine's mom and dad. Leah's parent will fix Leah's marriage with Mark because the baby needs a father, and also Leah will agree as she has no other option. And let's hope Mark will make Leah fall in love with him. Jungkook placed Wine on bed and looked directly into her eyes, making Wine blush. Wine blush. Cook, why are you looking at me like this? I still can't believe that you are so good in hiding feelings, and I thought that you don't love me even after I gave you a lot of hints that I love you. Wine, I thought that it was your love for me as your sister. Forget about my hint. If you have given me any clue, then you loved me years before. This all misunderstanding wouldn't have happened, and now you might be carrying my baby. I'm sorry, I just thought that Oma Oppa won't accept, so Wine got cutted off by Jungkook's lips, and she replied back to him. Let's forget the past and just look to make our future bright. Wine nodded her head, and thus they again each other as the beginning of their new life. The end. Thanks for watching. Bye.